What is up, guys? It's Cartman here, and you're watching WGS TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/Wrestlegamer and Zephix TV, and also on SoundCloud, as well as WWE will present WWE NXT R Evolution tonight on the WWE Network. And guys and gals, figured what the match card listed would give you a little bit of a preview and give our thoughts on what's going to be happening. You know, our predictions of sorts for what's going to be happening tonight. And joining me for that, ladies and gentlemen, is the incomparable Lance Moss, youtube.com/Lance Moss TV. Lance, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Well, first off, I think the big thing that really needs to be talked about, and it's something that if you followed indie wrestling, if you followed Ring of Honor, if you followed Chikara, or if you followed this guy at all, that you know what a huge deal this is, and that's the debut of Kevin Owens, aka Kevin Steen, into WWE on NXT tonight at R Evolution. And I've seen a lot of Kevin Steen's work, especially from when he was the Ring of Honor champion, Lance. And this guy is just unbelievable for what he can do. It's just absolutely amazing. You know, and Kevin Steen is no spring chicken. He's been in the ring wrestling business for quite some time, and the fact that he made it to WWE now, and there are a lot of Steen fans out there who really hope that he just plows through NXT and gets called up to the main roster really quickly. And I don't disagree with that sentiment, because Kevin Steen is very, very talented, and now that he's what people call the big time, reached the big time now, because WWE is the major company in the continental United States, if not the world, when it comes to the wrestling industry. Again, there are probably fans out there, well, they got New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's in Japan. I'm talking about United States. And he now has a chance to showcase what he can do on a national level. And I cannot wait to see what he does tonight in his debut. I mean, there are a lot of big-time debuts from the indie scene progressing to WWE NXT, and I think right now what we got coming up tonight is going to be really, really huge, Lance.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, knowing Steen like I do, I'm hoping. All I'm gonna say is, if he doesn't before, watch out during Zayn's match.
Yeah, because
something good.
Because I think him and Zayn, aka El Generico, kind of had some rivalry going throughout the indies for years. So you know, I wouldn't be
huge.
So if you know, I would really like to see what they do together. You know, if you know, well, one thing or another, if they put those two together, I would love to see what they do in WWE. Now, the first matchup we can talk about, a tag match: Hideo, Itami, and Finn Balor. I mean, Finn Balor, it's just got a badass entrance, and you know, I want WWE to let him bring the face paint back, because the way he does his entrance, he needs the face and body paint, because it just really adds to the gimmick. It adds to the persona. It adds to, you know, the air of sorts of Finn Balor. You know, it kind of increases his presence, if you kind of get what I'm saying. They're taking on Connor and Victor of the Ascension, another tag team, in my personal opinion, that deserves to be called up to the main roster sooner rather than later, in my opinion. But it's really hard to say where they go with Itami and Finn Balor in the Ascension, you know, because, you know, they could go both routes to make both teams look really strong, Lance. I mean, they could have Itami and Balor go over on the Ascension and make them look good, and they could have the Ascension go over on Itami and Finn Balor and make them look good. But I think with the recent addition of Finn Balor and the way that he's been pushed right now, one would believe that Itami and Finn Balor would go over on the Ascension tonight.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like the Ascension, which I think they will be coming up very soon, I thought they were going. I thought they were going to be what It's Coming was going to be. We still haven't found out what it is yet, but maybe they pulled that or something. I don't know.
And we'll discuss what that means on a different video, because it's something that popped up on Twitter, and we'll have a separate discussion video here on WGS-TV and SoundCloud when we get to it. But up next, well, again, this is not in any particular order, but this is just in the match order that I got them down as. The NXT Tag Team Championship matchup, the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara. And I'm glad Sin Cara found his niche with Kalisto and the Lucha Dragons, taking on Simon Gotch and Aiden English, the VaudeVillians. For one thing, I kind of love the little old-timey vignettes, the silent movie type of vignettes that the VaudeVillians were doing on the Lucha Dragons and the NXT Tag Team Championship match, because it just fits that gimmick that they're doing, that old school wrestler type of gimmick, of that time, of that era. I would still like to see the guy that does their intro as their manager, because he kind of fits the gimmick, with the horn and everything. It would kind of fit the gimmick of the VaudeVillians to have that guy out there, instead of just a part of the Titantron as their entrance. Now, would they put the titles on the VaudeVillians tonight? I think they would. Because the VaudeVillians seem to be, even though technically heel tag team, they seem to be really over on the NXT crowd, Lance. Each and every time I see them, they just got an overwhelming popularity, support from the crowd, regardless of what they're doing. And I really would not be surprised to see them walk away with the NXT Tag Team Championship.
No, I wouldn't either. But I'm going with Lucha Dragons.
Now, like I said earlier, I'm glad to see Sin Cara has found his niche with Kalisto. That finally needed him for something, because he wasn't really doing well as a singles competitor. But do you find that same thing, that you're glad that Sin Cara found his niche in NXT with Kalisto?
Yeah, and quit hurting people. Sorry, Faceless won, but you did.
Yeah. I remember it was like a year or two ago where I actually put out a video, 5 reasons why I think Sin Cara sucks, and I think after that video, that's when they started to turn it around with Sin Cara. I'm not saying WWE watches my videos, but one would like to think.
If you do, turn Cena, damn it.
The NXT Women's Championship on the line, Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Now, with the recent alliance of Banks and Becky Lynch, the new faction that they're doing, the BFFs 2.0, I think they're calling it. One would expect them to have her out there, and also one would expect to have Bayley in the corner of Charlotte for this matchup, because she's kind of heavily involved in the angle too, if you think about it. And one thing I really see possibly happening, Lance, and again, this is just pure speculation. I'm pretty sure this is live tonight, and I know nothing of what's going to be happening. But when I think of where they've gone and what they've done with the storyline, one thing that keeps popping in my mind that possibly could happen. Again, this is a possibility. That I think, once Becky Lynch starts to get involved in the match, so will Bayley. And there's one or two possible happen. One, Bayley will unintentionally cost Charlotte the NXT Women's Championship and give it to, and Sasha Banks will win. Or two, there will be a disqualification, the match will be thrown out, and Charlotte will remain the NXT Women's Champion. Those are two of the scenarios that I see possibly happening tonight, Lance. What do you think?
Yeah, and a third scenario, Bayley's going to hug somebody.
Why can't it be us?
Yeah.
Yeah. it's a dream to be for that. But anyway, those are two possible scenarios. And the big matchup, the NXT Championship match, Adrian Neville defending against Sami Zayn. Now, unfortunately, I did not get the opportunity to watch last week's NXT, but from what I've heard, besides another person here talking that doesn't need to be talking, is Sami Zayn kind of snapped on Adrian Neville on the last installment of NXT. Now, I don't know if that would signify a heel turn for Sami Zayn, because it was kind of unlike his character, unlike the gimmick at the time. But if that does kind of signify a heel turn, I don't know, maybe they could put the title on Sami Zayn tonight, because he's also stated that if he loses, that he would quit NXT and he would leave. Now, one would think, if he's going to quit NXT, they're going to call him up to the main roster, which is a possibility. It is a big possibility, but because if WWE loses that guy, that's a big loss in my opinion, because we've seen for years what he's done as El Generico, and now he gets to the big time, and they're going to let him go. To me, that's a huge loss in my opinion, Lance, and that's something I don't want to see. I don't want to see WWE losing this guy.
Yeah, I mean, because trust me, if he goes from WWE, it ain't gonna hurt his pocketbook. All he got to do is put that mask back on. He's back in the money.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think this would hurt more WWE than it would hurt Sami Zayn, in my opinion. But like I said, and the possibility still lies there, and it's something we even talked about already. Is would Kevin Owens interfere in this match, given the history of him and Zayn from the Indies? Because a lot of fans would really probably jump on board for that. Yeah. Because given their history, and it is a very likely possibility. Would he interfere on his behalf, or would he interfere to go after Zayn? But we still don't know what they're going to do with Kevin Owens tonight. But it's something. It's definitely something worth watching, and it's definitely something I'll be watching for sure. So, on that note, guys and gals, what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts for NXT R Evolution tonight. What are your predictions? What do you think they'll be doing with Kevin Owens? What do you think they'll do with the NXT Women's Championship, the Tag Team Championship, and of course the big one, the Adrian Neville versus Sami Zayn? Will they have Kevin Owens interfere in that match? Again, it's just something to think about, and it's something that's really, in my mind, highly anticipated. Because in my mind, Kevin Owens deserves a shot in the big time, and I think right now he has it, and I can't wait to see what they do with him at NXT R Evolution tonight. So I definitely want to know what you guys have to say. What do you guys think about what's going to happen on NXT R Evolution tonight? Be sure to put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Don't forget to check out Lance, guys. He's a resident music mogul over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV. He does all kinds of music reviews, racing reviews, album reviews. Be sure, and also he's going to start putting up audio archives of his segment controversies from HWR up on his YouTube channel. So be sure you check that out as well. And if you're listening to us on SoundCloud, be sure you hit that follow button, and also don't forget to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/WGS-TV, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZephXTV Network if you haven't already. So with that being said, for the incomparable Lance Moss from Lance Moss TV, I am the WrestleGamer, Double B Bully Bootron, saying thank you very much for watching.